Well, it's been a year since it first came out, and with the announcement of a sequel, it is time to revisit Jeffy's 18th birthday. Salutations everyone, I'm the Goldflower Reviewer, and today we're going to review the highly anticipated SML movie. But I am not alone, as today I am joined by my co-writer, Urban Mahoney.
Hi guys, not many things to say, but to like and sub so you can see our review of Jeffy's 19th birthday on Monday when it comes out. So without a further ado, let's recap the plot of a SML movie.
We start in solitary confinement with the Brooklyn guy showing Simmons around the place. They go over Bubbles, who is still a classic even 11 years after his introduction, and Nancy, who was able to escape before they see her, which... Okay, I'm gonna be a bit nitpicky here, but if you look at the video, it really doesn't look like she's about to escape. She only has a spoon and still has a whole wall of concrete to dig through. Like Mav said in his review, they should have filmed this scene at an angle facing Nancy so it looks like she's digging away and not scraping the wall like an autistic alcoholic. Brooklyn and Simmons see that she escaped the maximum security prison. Yeah, totally. And she surfaces in the woods where she just so happens to find Screwball in his free candy van. Wow, isn't that convenient?
We cut to the Marvin household, and Marvin is acting unusual and yelling at Chef PP. Well, actually, that's not unusual. To get more crack. Oh wait, wrong movie. So Chef PP leaves, Rose enters the kitchen, and then she realizes Marvin's acting a little too nice, and Marvin bursts out and yells that he wants to get the money Jeffy's getting after Chef Ravioli-looking father died. And I mean, Marvin definitely deserves some of that cash. I mean, for the crap he's been through the past 6 years. But no shoes wearing Flower complains, and then Marvin goes to wake up Jeffy, and Jeffy's snoring in
Russian.
But when Marvin informs Jeffy that it's his birthday, he's surprised. And we have seen before that he remembers his birthday, so why does he just randomly forget now? I think that dementia is starting to kick in. But Jeffy gets to eat candy for breakfast, and after he notices Marvin's affection, Jeffy requests a bikini-wearing mother with big Berthas, and Marvin says he'll call one up. And after Jeffy is informed of his royalty, Marvin and King Jeff go downstairs, and Jeffy sees his huge birthday bash, and all he notices is the balloons, and Marvin still wants more and sends Chef PP out for more. And after Jeffy reminds Marvin of the stripper he supposedly called, Rose freaks out and Jeffy throws a plate at the wall. Jeffy's friends are at the door, but I'm pretty sure Jeffy is not friends with Patrick. And Junior lives in the same house, doesn't he? And I guess every 18-year-old just wants a stripper, except for the panty-wearing, four-eyed freak that talks about voting and gun laws are very crazy.
Screwball's van pulls up to the house, and they devise a plan to grab the cancer and remove it from the channel. Screwball comes inside to try and grab Jeffy while using some interesting tactics. However, when those fail, Marvin kicks him out in this admittedly funny scene.
After Screwball returns to the van, Nancy scolds him, and the clown starts to develop a frown with everybody yelling at him. After making a very short plan, the birthday party travels outside so Jeffy can burst butt on the piñata, and Screwball kidnaps Patrick because he's knucking futz. So now we have another plan. Jeez, this is getting old. After everyone goes to dress up like Jeffy, they tune into the news, and it's revealed Jeffy's dad is alive, so his paintings are more expensive, and that's why he killed himself. And it was a pig, not himself. And I feel like the cops would find out if it was a pig. So I call on Matt Pat to do a theory on this. ASAP. So after the news turns off, Marvin gets mad, as expected, and plans to ruin Jeffy's birthday and kick him out. While this is happening, Screwball's van starts playing ice cream music, and all the kids go outside to get candy. And even after Cody's reluctant to go get the candy from the back of the van, they proceed without caution and Marvin goes out to get them. And Screwball gets confused and kidnaps Marvin, so we pan out with the mid-drone shot.
After that dramatic scene, we return to the birthday crap. Seriously, it's like right when you think the movie's going somewhere, it immediately goes back to meandering around with this filler. Also, not only is this part of the video incredibly boring, but no one, not even Cody, mentions that Marvin got kidnapped, even though they saw it with their own eyes. Whatever. The next 5 minutes are basically the same thing, but with Marvin and Nancy trying to tell Rose what's happening. Great, more filler. Finally, after what feels like hours, Rose gets the message and calls the cops.
After the Fuzz arrive to the bombastic red couch, they inform Rose and Jeffy for like the third time there's some goons and the little rascals on the loose. And when Rose doesn't wish Brooklyn Guy a happy 45th birthday, Brookie gets sad, and after Rose gives the Toon Squad a lead, they immediately lose it, then get it back again. What's the point of this? And then they take a ride in Brooklyn Dude's Honda Sonata. They call Nancy for no reason at all. This scene is not at all worth it. It's the only important thing that we get from this is the meeting location. I'm getting so freaking tired of this.
Yeah, so anyway, Brooklyn Weirdo, Australian Idiot, and the Cancerous Tumor arrive at the field, where they try and negotiate with Nancy. However, she has a gun, and they for some reason don't, despite them being police and having to carry a gun at all times, but whatever. They don't have any money, but they do have Jeffy, so they happily give him over. Honestly, I would too. So Nancy takes Jeffy and drives off.
And I find this very weird, that B&S, Brooklyn and Simmons, start pulling BS on us, not doing their job. And then Marvin just has a whole season's worth of character development in like 5 freaking seconds. And then they conveniently remember about a sniper they have in the back of their car. Then a pretty cool car chase with actually decent cinematic shots comes in, and this is actually a really good scene. I mean, it's one of my favorites in this video. It's actually decent. But then inside the van, the scrawny old Jeff, the F slaps the gun out of his mom's hand, and I find it hard to believe he is stronger than her, especially after she's gone to jail. And then they start fighting while Brooklyn and Marvin are chasing them. Then Jeffy's about to get shot, and then conveniently for suspense, the cop car runs out of gas. Then in one of Logan's craziest scenes, they of course shoot the van and kaboom. And Simmons' only word he uses is whoops. How freaking stupid. Then some of the most stupid things happen that I have to hand this over to Jay just to talk about.
So, after the car chase scene, Marvin comes home and, okay, screw this, you all know what happens. They make you think Jeffy is dead, only for him to spawn back at the door 2 minutes later. Seriously, this is like the third time they've done this with a character. First, it was Junior's mom and Bowser Jr.'s mom. Then it was Jacques-Pierre Francois and Jeffy's parents / this video. Hell, in this very video, after the van blows up, Screwball reappears out of nowhere. Sorry to sound so aggravated, but that's because of the hype this video had. One of the biggest talking points during the build-up to this video was that 3 characters would permanently die. Lo and behold, 2 out of the 3 deaths are Deus Ex Machina in the same video they died in. And Nancy, well, nobody likes her, so it's fine. Not only all that, but they lay on this sad note thinking Jeffy is dead for like hours. It feels like days.
Now, real quick, I want to munchkin something. Yes, I know I said munchkin. So Jeffy said he walked through the thorns and bushes in the night, but he looks fine, and Logan normally does mud or, messes up his puppet somehow. I mean, throws them in water or something. But then, Jeffy looks as bright as the sun and as silly as fun. But also, he jumped out of the van and it was dead. Brooklyn Guy and Marvin are just right there. Not to mention, it wouldn't turn to night that quickly. And Screwball's fine too. Ronald McDonald shoes and all.
Okay, so in conclusion, this video is a mess. On one hand, there are some cool ideas here with some cool camera angles, but on the other hand, this video suffers from a humongous amount of filler, with the plot really only being enough to fill a 10 to 15 minute video. I know some people like to defend this video by saying that Logan put a lot of time and effort into this video, and while it is true, This video, when you look at it objectively, is style over substance. The plot is bare bones, the characters go from competent to incompetent in the blink of an eye, and while I get why this happened, this is a heavily watered down version of the original SML movie we were supposed to get in 2017. Really, this feels more like a standard SML video with some cool camera angles and a bucket load of filler. Come at me all you want, I really don't care. This is just my opinion, alright?
And my final opinion is the same. But my biggest problem is that the filler isn't even something that would be funny. It's just boring. And Jay really said everything else. So I would say Logan tried hard and it wasn't worth it at all. Now all we can do is accept this and wait for the second movie to come.
Overall, we give this video 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's not a bad video, nor is it just meh, but it's not good enough to warrant anything higher. And with that, I'm the Goldflower Reviewer.
And I'm Urban Mahoney.
And
we'll see you all
in the next video.
video.